I think the achievement that now eventually everybody knows what Resolution 1325 is saying, and people are starting to implement, and there are actually good practices in different countries. The issue that for the first time we had a parity debate where actually men came and we could debate on issues of common interest, of oversight. The other issue that's very important is that we have achieved the SDGs, the standalone goal number 5. And I think that the more we talk about these issues and the more we come together and the more actually the Women's Coordinating Committee can actually embrace the democracy from countries who now acknowledge that women form part actually of the leadership, and that women should be in positions of power, makes it an incredible institution for networking, for people to actually realize that you have to encourage others who have not yet achieved to also try and follow suit. So for me it was a year with a lot of challenges, because currently I'm also in an election, and we just had our primaries, and 1 year after elections of the National Assembly, the presidential elections. But at the IPU itself, you get that inspiration, you get that networking that you can do amongst women, and you get also encouragement from men who actually support women. And a lot of times you are astonished by the incredible advances that parliaments are doing after such IPU meetings that we held. The mechanisms is mostly, through the WhatsApp groups or through internet, emails, exchanges, iKNOW Politics, and there are a lot of people who actually pose questions to iKNOW Politics, for years, and you actually get some mentorship, a lot of mentorship through iKNOW Politics. And I think the collaboration that's there between IPU, UNDP, with the issue of iKNOW Politics, with other handbooks that we come up with all the surveys that we are doing. I think that in terms of when I look back, even 30 years back, when people started around a cup of tea as women, where we are now today, I think the empowerment of young women also plays a role. And for instance, in Namibia, every time we come to IPU, we bring 2 of our young people along, a male and a female. The lens that you use and the angle from where you look is actually what determines your perspective. And I think women change the way of politics. Women, we use our hearts to think about issues and not only our minds. We have compassion for always our citizens, for men, for children, for everybody, before we actually place ourselves. So if you have more women in Parliament, you would also look at the budget lines and you will see that we will have a decrease in the spending on arms, in the spending on war, and we'll have an increase in the development program within Parliament. So I think this parity debate actually also gives a niche to some of the people who have believed that only men can take decisions, men are good leaders. So I think it changes it now with men attending, with this parity debate actually starting to say, we are on par. What men can do, women can equally do. And that we are a team, we should support each other, we should not fight each other, we are not in opposition of one another, but we should be complementary to one another. Are basically, we were a liberation movement as a ruling party. Women and men fought shoulder to shoulder, number one. Number two, we are 25 years old in our independence, and I think that the presidents who have been there have been very gender sensitive. They've put women in positions of power, and that's why in our ruling party we achieved the 50-50 within our constitution. In the ruling party's constitution, it's enshrined. It was adopted and it was implemented, and therefore nobody can shun away from the 50-50 advance we have made in our constitution. But basically it was the political will.
Yeah.
And that played a big role within Namibia, the Namibian politics. And for the first time we have a female prime minister. And that's excellent.
And that's excellent. That's the ultimate
and the
role
deputy
model.
prime minister is also a female. So I think in all positions, the president, when he did his appointment, he does it on equal basis, both men and women. And I think that's excellent examples of that it can be done if you have the political will.